Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name's Jim Canales. I'm the president of the Volunteer Board of Directors for the Green Circle Trail, and I would like to welcome you to this walk to celebrate the opening of the new section of the Green Circle Trail and the Schrader connection. So thanks very much for coming and for supporting the Green Circle Trail all year long. Before we get started, and Mike and I will only take a few minutes for you before you can get to walk, ride, or however you're going to do the trail, I wanted to thank just a few people who have been instrumental in making this happen. First of all, Tom Witt, who is unable to be here, spent the last 3.5 years as the representative of the Verso Company. He worked through the myriad of administrative and legal processes necessary to make this trail available to all of us. So in his absentia, let's thank Tom. Also, Paul Stroik, who is the Village of Whiting president, was not able to make it at the last minute. Bill Togner is here representing the Village of Whiting board, and let's give Bill and the board a hand. The Village of Whiting board has been outstanding in this process and project of making the trail happen. And I live in the Village of Whiting, and it's really becoming the Village of Trails, so it's a great place to be. And lastly, Steve Dobeck. Steve? John, where's Steve? He's out there somewhere. There he is. Steve Dobeck is the Construct's general foreman for this project, and he makes sure that all the little things on the trail all year long are always addressed that make walking, skiing, and riding the trail a delight for all of us. So let's give Steve a hand. We figure he must know every tree along the 24 miles of trail because he's surfaced every bit of that trail. And finally, thanks to a very small group of Green Circle board members who have been really instrumental in making this happen. That includes Jim Buchholz from the Village of Whiting, who's not here. John Jury, who is here. John. They were really instrumental in shepherding this trail project to make it happen today. And then finally to Nick Schultz, and I think Nick's probably still up at the tent. Oh, she's here? Nick, thank you very much. Nick is our promotions and marketing committee chair, and she made this happen for us today. I just got back from the Pacific Northwest. I left on the Thursday when we had the bomb cyclone snowstorm, and it was spring out there, and I think it followed me here. So this is a wonderful day to walk. Thank you. I would also be remiss if I didn't thank all of our partners in making the Green Circle Trail the place that it is, the trail that it is to walk, the icon of this community. That includes the City of Stevens Point, Portage County, and the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point Schmeeckley Reserve, who work on and do all the maintenance for the trail all year long. So when we have a flood, that trail is fixed. When there's a tree that falls over the trail, that is fixed. To those partners, let's give them a great big hand as well. So I'm going to turn this over to Mike Wiesa. He has 3 minutes, and then he's going to turn this over to John. You all laugh. He's going to turn this over to John Jury, who will tell you what we're doing and what will be here at the end of the trail. Mike.
Thank you, sir. Of course, you thanked everybody already, so there's not much to do. Here, I'll go on this end further. There we go. Said you got to stay between the post and the axle, especially a guy my size. Thank you all for coming out today. This is fabulous. When we first talked about acquiring this rail, we weren't exactly sure it was going to happen. We were a little ways away on price with Canadian National. There were a lot of people that needed to play a role in creating this. So there were a lot of moving pieces. We weren't sure it was going to happen. And as we stand here today, I think it's important to note that we're calling this the Schrader Connection for a reason. And it's about those connections. This trail connected the City of Stevens Point, Portage County, the Village of Whiting, which is gateway to Stevens Point, right? One over the bow. But it also took those governing bodies, the administration at Canadian National, Michael Ostrowski in his office doing the negotiating, trying to get this in. The state of Wisconsin, who provided some of the grants for this. I think we even had some federal government involvement in this. And it was really about those connections. Well, it occurred to me that our retiring parks director, Tom Schrader, epitomized connections. Because we tell people this all the time, we don't do anything by ourselves in the city. It takes volumes of people. And Tom was perfect at making those connections. He would connect point A to point B, even if he had to go through a couple of other different places to make things happen. The disc golf, the dog park, the trails that we have here wouldn't be possible without those connections, those community connections. And Tom was instrumental in making all of that happen, so I think it's very fitting that we dedicate this trail in his name, the Schrader Connection. So a big round of applause for Tom. I think everybody here knows that he will be retiring at the end of the month, so we needed to get as much out of him as we possibly could. We made him haul all of the equipment here today. Even though it's his dedication, it wouldn't be right if Tom didn't do all the work for that. So thank you, Tom, for taking care of that. And I think my 3 minutes is up now, so we will probably just let this go, and we're going to do some ribbon cutting. We're going to get John over here. I did understand, so we have a walk here. I think the top 3 finishers in each category is going to get a lifetime Green Circle pass. Is that correct? Free pass for anyone who finishes the top third of their category.
You're going to do a ribbon cutting?
We're going to do a ribbon cutting.
Get down there. You know, just real quickly, just a couple of other people. Gary Speckman's out here someplace, recently retired from county parks. Ryan Rose, the new county park director's out here. I don't know if Mr. Runke made it out here, not Rex, if he made it, but those people have been involved in shepherding these projects for a long time, finding dollars and doing a lot of the work. So one more round of applause for the county and all the county people who are big partners for us. Now, I know it's Easter egg hunt. A lot of people are downtown Easter egg hunt. They're going to miss out. There's 6 Easter eggs. If you find one, bring it in, and you can. There will be a drawing for something with Active Portage County, Walk Wisconsin, or Hard Rocks, or Moonwalk, or some crazy thing. Active Portage County is involved in doing these things all the time. So let's get the ribbon out there, and Tom is going to cut. He's carrying the scissors correctly. Good.
We're going to get big scissors.
Is Nick, you're going to get a picture of the... Okay, you got it?
So very fitting. We have the village of Whiting represented on one side, the city of Stevens Point represented on the other, and Tom doing all the work.
Okay, we on your map you'll see a longer version, which is the 5.2 walk, which would go up here and kind of join the old trail. But only if you can swim today would you do that. So this is the way you're going to go. There will be signage out there, and there's a little tent, some refreshments, water along the way, porta potty, and that's where the new green circle starts. So turn around and let's walk. Thanks all for coming.